And we are live. UNH versus Polytech varsity marble rivals. Gonna be a good match here, especially with this pair. Always fun to watch this team work. Gonna go early in the band phase here. Gonna see Emma Frost, Mantis, early bands. They're actually gonna save Human Torch, usually a go-to band for both teams. UNH currently sitting at a record of 1-1. WPI the Goats down 0-2 on the season so far. Gonna see that Ultron being saved by, I'll call him WPI for ease. UNH gonna talk over their ban here. Looks like they're gonna stick with BP. Maybe want to avoid a dive comp. Maybe Goats is used to that. Actually gonna go with the Warlock ban. Sorry, Goats was the one who banned Black Panther. Maybe they don't know about Despair's Wit or yeah, we'll call it Widow. Venom gonna be saved for UNH. First map is going to be Domination. See a lot of those team fights, especially early. Whoever gets the point first has the advantage of being on defense. Psylocke going to be saved next. Final bans here for both teams. Spider-Man off the board. Bit of a frame drop there, maybe.
Pick your hero or villain.
Oh, gonna be the last ban. Gonna see that Venom Magneto combo. Looks like they're going 2-1-3 comp here. Maybe not. Maybe so. Bit of a Flyers comp here. Those Magneto bubbles could come in big. Especially with keeping Torch and Ultron alive in the sky. Luna Snowflake gonna be good for the Venom. Allow him to dive while getting consistent heals. First round is going to be getting underway here.
Glow up. 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
You know, they say fire and ice don't go together. You and me?
Hold on. Are you actually hitting on me as the world ends around us?
Depends. Would that be a bad thing?
Ask me again after we save reality, hotshot.
The battle starts in
Prep phase
5,
start. Ooh.
4, 3,
Prep phase going down now. Round underway. See how UNH comes out.
Capture the mission area. Got it?
Thought I heard a strange portal.
I like the cold.
See, Goat has their own Venom. They're getting a dive in the front line. Good heals from the Lunatic. That was a strange portal. Maybe the Goats are hoping to find a off angle to take UNH off in that first engagement. Both teams, no one going down yet. Magneto getting down with the Venom. Human Torch getting some good burns in the back line. You see Venom diving in on this Magneto, taking some big damage. First to fall, Blackout. Point does go to WPI here. UNH trying to keep themselves up as they start to fall back. Team falling down now as the WPI pushes them back towards their spawn. Good first fight between both teams. Their Ghosts are going to walk away with the point early. UNH taking a moment to regroup before they start pushing back in. Ultron doing good work to get some poking. They're building up his ult quickly. Blackout starting to push forward there, but that Human Torch is going to cut back all with the burn there, keeping them back from the point a little bit. Ultron working with ultimate now. Knight so graciously giving the panda on the face cam. Do see that ult coming out early now, starting to chase down those supports, doing some good damage to the backline. Venom joining in on the fray. Human Torch taking some good damage. Despair making sure to back out to the support and quickly trading back, getting the first kill for UNH. UNH now point barely getting 50% for WPI as UNH starts to take back over. Strange very low as Despair starts to chase him down. Meanwhile, Venom in the backline, they're keeping supports from healing the tanks. Goats is doing a good job at delaying, not allowing UNH to cap yet. Unable to get the kills on these tanks what they want to as Despair pops ulti, throwing it down to do some damage on those tanks. Do have two ultimates now, Clover and Big Man holding on to theirs. Yeah, a lot of the delay from WPI here, getting them up to almost 80%, but UNH does get the cap. Gonna hold on to the point now as WPI takes their time to regroup. Despair doing a good job at quickly building up his ultimate and pushing them back with that flame. Doing good at making it hard for support to push forward as the Venom ult comes out. Clover gonna use their ult to keep everyone else up. Not allowing WPI to push out. They're gonna have another support ult up soon on the Luna. Ultron should be building up his ult as well. The Venom coming in towards the backline. Luna taking some good damage. Magneto does have ult on Blackout, keeping good shields on the Ultron to keep him up as they start to focus a bit more. Good pushback to cancel out the Invisible Man ult. Luna ult comes out as well. Despair chasing down the Human Torch, able to get the kill. Quickly collapsing on that Ultron as well to get the kill. Strange unable to stay alive on point. 50% progression for UNH. A good comeback here as they keep pushing that Venom back towards spawn. Good team fight for UNH. Their ults on both sides being used. Venom's or Big Man's holding onto his ulti. Doing good poke damage with the Ultron. Kami did end up using ult in the last fight there. Still Blackout and Big Man sitting on ultis. A lot of survivability there and abilities to shut down support ults, especially that Jeff ult. If Jeff, the Agamotto comes out, but Jeff, the Landstrike nearly getting knocked down immediately. The Magneto ult does come out for Blackout. It's Despair trying to chase down this Human Torch to stop him from using his ult to push his team back. A lot of UNH falling here. Big Man finding a pick on one. Diving back towards the spawn room as WPI caps the point. They're going to get it up to 85%. Do hear a Strange Portal being used as Big Man looks to maybe delay here as the point clicks up towards 95%. Strange Portal from Blackout going to be used. Does get it down to the last second. Another Strange Portal being thrown down by WPI, unable to find anybody as they start getting on point. The Jeff ult going to come out. Blackout doing a good job at avoiding getting caught up in that, but it looks like he caught Venom in one as Human Torch finds one on the Ultron. Jeff does spit one out for the kill. Another Human Torch kill. WPI doing good, but UNH is able to keep this overtime for a little bit longer, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to get back on point. This first round will go to WPI, but it was a good show from both teams. Despair going to carry his ultimate into the second round. Both teams going to be running a 2-1-3 comp. Could see him swap to a 2-2-2 to try to counteract all that healing. This first team fight's going to be big for UNH. Could see a few ultis get popped just so they can claim point first. The WPI only really winning that last round because they got early 50%.
You know, they say fire and ice don't go together, but you and me?
Hold on. Are you actually hitting on me as the world ends around us?
Depends. Would that be a bad thing?
Ask me again after we save reality, hotshot.
The battle starts. 3, 2, 1. All you need to
Second
do
round
is
underway.
enter the mission area. Got it?
When all this is over, I'm gonna drop the dopest album any timeline has ever heard.
Bringing that Magneto back out.
Ooh, that felt nice.
Looks like Despair wants to start looking towards that backline as he throws his ultimate out. Plenty of fire tornadoes being thrown back towards the support, keeping them from the fight as Big Man in the backline doing some great damage and able to get the kill on the cloak. Despair coming in to get the final blow. Jeff also going to fall out as Magneto. Blackout finding one on the Venom. Huge team fight swinging in UNH's favor here. Nobody goes down, but they nearly wipe out WPI, getting point first. This is big for them. This will be on defense now, which is much easier than trying to attack. Sitting with Knight and Clover. Ults up and ready to go. 2 support ults. Blackout also going to have ult up online soon. Sky as well. Looks like big guy's starting to push. Big guy's starting to push out now as a lot of ults for UNH come online. You see Knight use his ult to get some good damage on that Human Torch. Gets a second kill, makes that 2. Could see 3s. He's starting to get aggressive. Big damage from all sides here. Big man in the backline going to quickly start closing in on this Luna. Agamotto ultimate is going to be used from WPI, but it's not going to find anybody. Blackout getting the final blow. Jeff ult does catch a few from UNH. Looks like they're going to go to kick him out over the edge. Does find 1 kill in the Blackout, make that another one for Knight as he follows his Human Torch. Venom finds one of his own. Despair left alone on the site with Sky. Does have ultimate as Big Man comes flying back in. Getting some good heals from Sky here. Trying to keep both alive on point. Doesn't want to use the ultimate just for 3. Big Man doing good at staying alive. Wasting plenty of time there to get their first point to 70% off first capture. Plenty more team fights here, and they have a lot of ultimates online. WPI is going to have to be very careful. 5 out of 6 for UNH ready to go. Knight nearly with his ultimate online as well. Do see the ult for WPI getting used by their Human Torch. Doesn't look like he's going to find anybody yet, but Despair taking a lot of damage, but the Cloak ult going to save him. Coming in from the side to get on the point here. Despair going to pop all his own. Bubble coming down to keep him alive as the Luna Snow uses her ult. Despair though, making sure to do good damage. The moment that Luna Snow ult melts, it's going to be difficult for WPI to keep up with the damage as UNH's own Luna Snow ult comes out. Doctor Strange ult going to come out, finding a few, does get 2 kills as Big Man finds one of his own. Blackout still on point with his ultimate, trying to get the Human Torch to go down as the Strange pushes him. Big Man unable to stay on point as the death ult comes down 50% for WPI. Big Man trying to just maybe get some. One more kill, but he just swings out instead. Good play to keep us alive. Is getting pursued, but the shielding comes online in the last second. WPI gonna catch up to UNH here. Getting up to 75%. UNH is going to have to make a big play here to get this point back if they want to take game 1. You see that backline dive from the Venom, does use his ultimate. Meanwhile, the Ultron ult comes out for UNH, I believe. No, I believe WPI used their ulti. And meanwhile, Blackout finds 1, Clover finding a second. UNH doing a good job here, quickly consolidating the resources of Magneto. Blackout doing some good damage on the Strange. You're going to target this Luna to stop her from keeping Venom online. Strange is going to fall to Despair. Skylar getting the kill on 1. Despair cleaning it up. UNH going to cap point here. They're going to quickly try to get back up to where the PI was. They're going to have 1 or 2 more team fights before this point goes either direction. Good damage from Despair. Going to get ult online quickly. Strange portal going to come out, but Despair does have ult. Going to pop it at the same time now. Going to see some huge damage from this as he targets Balloon Snow. Make that 1 early kill. Cloak ult comes out as well. Venom. Big Man ready to use his ultimate as they start pushing them back. Venom on Clover here, but Clover doing a good job at keeping spacing. Jet ult going to come out. Finds 1, I believe. Good bubble from Blackout to keep himself alive. Jeff unable to really run away. Skylar going to get spit out. And the second round goes to UNH. Still sitting on Big Man and Skylar ult. Very good team fight at the end there. Keeping them staggered, not allowing them to have a full 66. Despair with that clutch first kill on the Luna through the snow. Or through the portal.
Great on stage.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I'm used to being the brightest one in the room.
Well, according to Ben, you still are.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you're a lot hotter than me.
Ooh, thanks. But I'm pretty sure you got me beat when it comes to hotness, too.
Be your best self.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
Third and final round underway. Gonna be match point to see who takes the first game.
I want to be a part of putting it back.
It is best out of 5, but still taking that first round is major, as that snowball gonna find one far away. You see Big Man starting to look forward to diving that back line. Does have ulti online, so you could see a good combo here to get a quick kill. Looking for the dive, just finding good damage on Luna and Jeff, keeping them distracted. Does end up getting frozen, but does swing back out. No one from either team falling yet, but Big Man is taking quite a lot of damage. Good heals from Clover to keep him up, though. Blackout, meanwhile, contesting site, now letting WPI take it early. Luna Snow ult for WPI is going to come out, but at the same time, Clover using their ult to keep them alive on point. Still a lot of big damage come out here as Despair goes down. Big Man finds one of his own, 5v5. Huge damage from Knight. Believe he finds this kill, but I'm not quite sure. Agamotto does come out, though. Sorry. Knight using their ultimate now. Blackout finding one on the Ultron. Knight finding one on the Human Torch. Blackout finding a second on Jeff. Make that a third on Strange. The WPI did cap for about 20%, but UNH will take back over quickly. Big Man just waiting for somebody to walk out. Bit of a team fight in this door here. Neither side really making any huge plays. Despair going to be using ultimate, I believe. Big damage as their Human Torch tries to get the kill, but ends up falling to Skylar. Big Man, meanwhile, getting deep on their team, doing some huge damage there. Magneto, bubble breaking almost immediately. Despair finds a final kill on the Magneto as Blackout just shoves them back to their spawn and refusing to relent on this pressure. Good play from UNH, keeping them slightly staggered and away from point as they creep up towards 50%. Blackout doing a good job of healing for his support, not allowing that Venom to dive. Gonna see ultimate coming out for you, UNH. That Ultron ult doing some huge damage to their ultimate, or to their Ultron. Apology. Big Man finds the final blow. Despair finds one of his own. Their Venom gonna kill the Ultron. Big Man still with ultimate here. Could see a big play towards their backline. Venom ult for WPI gonna be used instead. Blackout taking some serious damage, but staying alive from Skylark. Keeping Despair up as well. Big play as Venom starts diving the backline. Big Man trying to get some damage on the backline here. Right? Both their Ultron and Torch take some damage as Jeff ult, Cloak ult, and Luna ult comes out. Despair, but the WPI's own Luna ult coming out now. A lot on screen. Knight finds one. Human Torch finds one for UPI. Meanwhile, Big Man, kill of his own. Looks like Despair using his ultimate to keep that Luna Snow back as they creep up towards 99%. Nobody there except the Venom to try to delay. Going into overtime as Blackout starts doing some huge damage. He also has his ultimate to shut down this. Despair finds one on Luna. Clover finding one on the on the Torch, and then just for this last bit here, the Strange portal coming out. Ultron and Strange trying desperately to stay on. Skylark finding one kill. Strange unable to really delay much longer as his health starts ticking down. Torch makes his way back. Just find one on Luna. Looks like Magneto doing some good damage in the back. Blackout trying to stay up. They just want to cap, but WPI staying on point though. Clover doing huge healing here to keep Blackout up. Ultron as well. They do end up losing control, but there's still so many on this point. They could take it back if 1 or 2 kills goes their way. Meanwhile, Knight with ultimate does find one on their Ultron. Now the support gone. Skylar's back as Knight pops ulti here, starting to do some huge damage. Their Cloak ult coming out for UNH as well. 2 ultimates to take back the point. Despair does end up falling. Jeff ult for WPI is going to find none actually, I don't believe. No, it looks like it's going to find Big Man. Should be able to swing out of this unless the Jeff takes both of them off the side. No, I spits Big Man down too fast. Can't swing back in time. Meanwhile, Blackout still being kept alive by the supports as they start to collapse on Ultron. Knight unable to escape. Skylar keeping Blackout out as they start to back out. Trying to regroup before they go for another team fight. They only need one win to end this game here. One good team fight and they take point as WPI creeps up towards 70%. Blackout sitting on ultimate, a few others as well. Big Man. His ult's still online. I don't know if we've seen him pop it since he's had it. Skylar with ultimate as well. Blackout quickly clicking. Or sorry, no, Despair. Quickly getting his ultimate back online as well. WPI does get it up to 85%. You're going to need to see UNH start to push on the point a bit here. Do you see ultimate for Strange coming out, but the Luna Snow ult quickly countering and Blackout pushes on Soy. Another Luna Snow ult. WPI is this time, but Blackout, who's been holding on to his ultimate this entire time, quickly stacks it up and throws it down to Jeff, doing some huge damage. Unable to find the kill as he swims into the Luna ult. You see Big Man using his ultimate now to start hunt down this Luna, doing some huge damage. They force the supports back, but Big Man does end up falling. One kill for the Portal, unable to get there in time. UNH does lose this first game. WPI going up 0-1. Just a last second swap from Torch to Psylocke.
Got to win 'em all.
And we are back. Second round getting underway here. Bans for both sides. UNH is down 0-1 here. Confident they'll make a comeback. You see Jeff gonna be the first ban. UNH already sick of that ultimate. Not that I blame him about that. You're gonna see a torch ban. WPI doesn't want to deal with despair. You're gonna see WPI save Warlock. Probably upset the UNH Bandit last round. Magneto gonna be saved. Did see Blackout playing quite a lot. Gonna see a Mantis ban. Pretty standard. Nobody really likes their damage boost. Especially with a good Bucky player. Cloak and Dagger ban. WPI maybe not liking Clover doing such a good job. That's 3 supports being banned, but Ultron gonna be saved. Support main's just struggling. Gonna see Invisible being saved for UNH. Maybe a little nervous about all these support bans. Banner gonna be banned once again. Black Panther once again, which makes sense. Nobody really likes that champion. I don't like that champion. Ooh, Despair. Maybe some Phoenix. Did recently suffer a nerf to her E ability and her melee, but she's still very strong. Those sparks, some insane burst damage. Absolutely just being freaks in that chat. Ooh, Bucky. Knight. That's exciting. You're gonna run a simple 2-2-2 comp. Gonna see that Emma Frost and Magneto team up. It's a lot of shielding with those clones.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
We fight today not just for our mutant brothers and sisters, but for all sentient life.
The other magical adepts.
Doxing the DMs there.
The battle starts in 5, 4.
You see Strange actually.
2,
Maybe
1.
wanted an early portal.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Yep, there it is. UH is gonna start an attack. Yeah, they're looking for that portal. Big Man looking for an off angle to catch them here. Portal does come down. Everybody gonna quickly jump through. Gonna be the first big team fight here on this upper ground here. Big damage from both sides. Despair looking to proc those sparks. Magneto bubble forward. WPI comes out early, gets yanked back in by the Bucky. Huge play. This Despair gets the final touch. Big play there to knock out a tank early. They do have that Punisher turret, keeping them suppressed for the moment as Blackout peeks out to try to push them off. Blackout is going to start hunting the Punisher down. Has to be careful. That shotgun can do some big damage. Getting chased down by 2 different tanks here. Blackout gets the final kill. Knight did fall to the Punisher. Big Man finds one of his own. Quickly pushing this Magneto back, breaking the shield down. Blackout doing good to just start doing some huge damage to him. Focusing on the Luna Snow to push her back from the the Magneto. Meanwhile, Strange does get back on point. Unit's getting some good damage, but they're not really targeting the support towards the back. Blackout taking some big damage. Now he's gonna fall as Despair also falls. Oh, ooh, unable to find the
All
kill.
they did was
UNH
make
going
me
to just take this
angrier.
chance to regroup. Unable to cap the point there, but they are showing strong. WPI is running a 2-on-3, so there's going to be a lot of healing. A lot of ults trying to come online. Despair about to have his. Especially once that Bucky ult comes online, you might see a lot of execution. Bucky ult plus Phoenix ult might just be the combo that saves this game as they start to push out towards point. Emma Frost shields are just getting melted. Do destroy the turret for Punisher. They start pushing out now using that Frost shield to get some space, but Blackout quickly falling to that Punisher. Rest of the UNH though, pushing out towards side, doing some good damage. Ooh, barely killing that Magneto before, or Doctor Strange before he can pop ulti. Big damage in that backline from Despair, proccing those sparks. Ultron ult coming out, but the Luna ult for UNH gonna come out and quickly starting to just run at this backline. Agamotto gonna come out for UNH. Knight finds one, does do some good damage up to that Punisher, pops ult. 2 resets on the Kraken, might be 3 here. Trying to do some damage, but it's gonna push back as a cap ult. You see a portal coming out now. Magneto ulti gonna come online. Warlock gonna use his ulti. Unable to shut it down as Luna's no ult saves them from being killed out of that ultimate Phoenix ult. Meanwhile, Despair finding one. Procking plenty of sparks here as one falls to the Ultron, make that another one for Punisher. Blackout finding one of his own. Despair doing some big damage. Big Man taking a lot of damage. Oh, barely keeping himself up. 9 HP. Despair finds one. Still alive. Finally does end up pulling the Punisher. Meanwhile, Skylar on the sideline, keeping Blackout, but being pushed back by the Ultron. Blackout and then Despair gonna fall. Finally, Skylar falling as well. They did get 2/3 of the point. They do have plenty of time to get that last point and get more time. Probably waiting for the strange portal for this last push. They only need 1/3 of the point left. Get some time back on the clock and push the payload. Defense for this first point is notoriously hard to push against, especially with that Punisher getting set up with hurt. Strange portal, sorry, gonna come through. Bit of a struggle there from Bucky to get through the portal. It's kind of aimed awkwardly. Knight gonna start wrapping around, maybe looking to kill the backline. Yep, does look for the Luna. Trying to kidnap her, does manage landing it. Forcing the guy to look behind them to deal with him. Meanwhile, the rest of the team starting to push forward. Clover ult gonna come out and get popped down. Big Man with ulti as well. Skylar ult now. Despair with ulti. Knight about to have ult online, but it looks like they cleaned it up. Skylar and Big Man each finding a kill. Knight having an ultimate now as they cap that point. Venom trying to come in to stop, unable to do it at the last second. 2 minutes now on the clock. UNH with a good save of this round to keep themselves in it. 4 ultis online. Blackout quick to have his as well. Knight getting a bit aggressive here, trying to maybe get a pick on this Warlock. Gonna start playing back towards the payload a bit here. 2 minutes on the clock. Blackout could have a huge ulti here as they all start to kind of group up towards this halfway point. Looks like Knight maybe on the flank with Bucky once again. Maybe one good kidnap could change this whole thing. The Punisher turret in the back line. Doing some good suppressing. Knight does have ulti. You could see a few executions there. Despair with ulti as well. Blackout might have his ultimate. Look, Guy gonna have their Punisher all come out, but so far doesn't find anybody. They are pushed back from the payload due to that Punisher all, but just have to wait it out before they push again. Somebody for UNH is like deep in that back line. Is it the Big Man? Oh, the Kraken ult. Meanwhile, Ultron ult. Punisher finds one for UNH. Both Luna ults gonna come out now. Unable to get any reset off that Kraken. Despair gonna use his ultimate, getting some good damage, but it's gonna be quickly healed back. Big sparks proccing here, but unable to find one. Just waiting for the reset now. 3 ultimates still online for UNH. Taking down to 40 seconds. WPI did use quite a few of their own ultimates to push back from the payload, so you could see this next team fight swinging in their favor. UNH's favor, not WPI's. Time ticking down 20 seconds. This might be the last push they have in them. Do have that strange ultimate on line. He's looking, big man looking to just get back in there and pop it. You see him start flying, but meanwhile, WPI gonna use their own ulti, but big man in a beautiful spot, catching multiple of them, finds 2 kills. Despair did get that final hit. Skylar getting his own, as the Warlock ult comes out, bringing everybody back into it. Pro are going to be a bit low. Magneto ult now does not find Skylar. Huge bubble from big man to keep him up. Meanwhile, Blackout on that point, trying to keep everybody, trying to keep the overtime timer from ticking down too much. One does fall, big man falling to the WPI Strange, and they are unable to stay on the payload. Good showing from units there. Their defense is as strong as their attacking. I'm not worried about this round.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Oh, looks like UNH going to be running a similar comp. Actually, the same comp.
30 seconds.
Knight gonna be locking in that Bucky of Despair on Phoenix. No, Despair did some pretty big damage. That last round, the Sparks procking for a big combo. Knight, meanwhile, did have a few good kidnaps with that Bionic Hook, as well as a couple Kraken resets. I'm saying if they had a Mantis, Knight would be going crazy. They are going to be popped up on this balcony waiting for that strange ult, or that strange portal. Blackout's going to be on Magneto this time instead of Doctor Strange. Strange portal? You see Skylar wrapping around to a different angle to maybe heal without getting dove. Meanwhile, looks like WPI wants to wrap towards Skylar. Meanwhile, Blackout doing a good job to keep them up away from this point. Just fall back a little bit. It looks like Punisher did find one boss man for them. Ooh, UNH quickly falling apart. That Punisher on that flank doing some pretty good work against the DPS. The cap point early might be a bit difficult for UNH. They have to keep them from getting halfway to the second point with 5 minutes on the clock. Be some very difficult team fights for UNH here to keep this game alive. Yeah, that Punisher turret, it's really annoying. It doesn't stack sparks. If it did, Phoenix would be so much stronger against Punisher. Huge damage from Despair, nearly finding one on the Magneto. You just see Knight swapping to Ultron as he was in that last game, doing some big damage to their Ultron. Get a big poke, quickly building up nice ulti. Pops it quick to start doing some extra damage. Sorry, both Ultrons using their ultimates. Nobody falling quite yet, but Knight actually does manage to fall because of that Warlock Agamotto in the back line to do some big damage. Punisher ult as well, going to come out. Frost ulti might be keeping them in this as Luna Snow ult comes out. There's a lot happening. Another Luna ult for UNH. Despair did use his ulti, but was unable to find anybody. 4 minutes on the clock as UNH is holding on to this spot desperately. Magneto ult for WPI going to be used out. He's looking for one, doesn't find any, but just pushed him back from point. They're inching towards us, 3 meters left. Despair with some big damage, unable to find the kill on the Magneto. The bubble saving him. The Ultron finding a kill on the Despair. And that's going to spell the round for UNH going down 0-2. Just that unlucky first team fight, giving the WPI too much time on the clock. Will be match point once we move into this third game here. We are back. Match point here. WPI up 2-0 over UNH. There was a substitution. UNH going to be bringing in a man named Big Warrior, Captain America One Trick, according to what I've been told. Going to see ban phase underway. Adam Warlock immediately out from UNH. They do not want to deal with that. Potential Spider-Man gameplay. You might see a crazily heavy dive comp here. Just based off the draft alone so far, it looks like UNH wants to play hard, fast, and aggressive. That Psylocke Spider-Man combo could be lethal if the API does not see it coming. I'm going to see them saving Captain America. They want this dive comp. Ultron going to be saved from the API. They also do ban Human Torch. Emma Frost going to be banned for UNH. They do not want to let that ultimate interrupt their dive. Next ban, Black Panther. OPI, maybe not aware of the other potential dive champions still on the board. Especially with Jeff and Rocket, they're very hyper-mobile supports who can heal from pretty far away. Rocket especially. Going to see a save on Jeff from WPI, but I don't think UNH is going to ban Jeff. Venom going to be saved from UNH. Final 2 bans for both teams. Gonna see a banner ban once again. Last but not least, Spider-Man. Skylar might shed a tear for that.
Heroes could make all the difference.
Meanwhile, it looks like UNH does want to commit to this dive comp. Oh, that would be... They're looking hyper aggressive in this draft. Despair on Psylocke might be a treat. Now, Blade is interesting. I don't see Blade played very much. I'm not really sure how good he is. I know people complain about his lifesteal a lot.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds.
But this comp might work out heavily in their favor. Assuming WPI runs 2-1-3 again, they might not expect their squishies to just be sprinted at. Does it like Despair's gonna get on Loki instead? Or Jeff? I don't know. They're gonna do some swaps here. It's the first time I think I've seen Despair not playing DPS. Knight and Skylar are gonna be on the Star-Lord and Psylocke respectively. Just see an early Venom dive from WPI here. It is going to be payload, so both sides are gonna have a chance to attack and defend. Do you see the Cap trying to work in towards that back line? Making the dive towards the Jeff and just melting his health along with Big Man. Meanwhile, Skylar working on this Doctor Strange. I'm going to get him before he can back up to the backline. Pretty sure Psylocke just got a buff to her ultimate as well, so you could see a huge play from Skylar. No ult online for either side yet, but Skylar might quickly change that. Quickly diving that backline. The free is going to interrupt it. Big Man also going to jump in back there, keeping him back off the tank, allowing him to push the payload a bit. Taking some heavy damage from that Strange. That Jeff doing some insane healer. Despair doing everything he can to keep the Warrior alive. Skylar looking towards the backline. Do some huge damage to the Ultron. You see the ult get popped here. Doesn't find anybody. It seems like they all sprint away from it, but does some huge damage to Strange. Avoids that death ult. Meanwhile, the double kill. Knight doing some good work so far. The triple kill for Jeff, though, might cut its push off before it can get started, but Skylar doing good at just running towards this Jeff, doing some big damage. Rest of UNH coming back online after dying from that Jeff ult. Knight nearly has ultimate as well, so you could see a big play from that. Down to about 2 minutes to go here. Payload, not even halfway to first checkpoint. Might be a bit rough, but they do have that cap ult online, along with Big Man Despair and Knight. Could see Knight maybe hold on to his ultimate for that the rocket ult. I lied. Anyway, gonna pop and immediately chase Ultron down, forcing him to play back into a different position. Meanwhile, Skylar finding one on the Luna Snow. Knight doing a good job to run up that Strange and staying alive. Warrior just gonna run this Strange down, throwing left and right hooks back and forth. Meanwhile, ultimate for the PI. There's Psylocke using their ultimate to find one kill onto Despair. He's gonna get brought back from the rocket revive. Meanwhile, Knight finds one on that Psylocke, shutting her down. Skylar about to have their ult back online as well as Star-Lord starts sprinting towards WPI's backline here as they run away. Gonna get that payload past the halfway mark as we take below a minute 30. Good damage from Blackout here on the Venom. Gonna take some damage from that Ultron in the back, but meanwhile Skylar gonna use their ultimate, baiting out that Luna Snow ult. This Warrior just in there building up his ult as well, getting the cap ult back online quickly. Clover gonna have the rocket ult now as well. Big Man up to 80%. Rocket Raccoon ult gonna be used here. That damage boost might be big for the cap in that backline. Gonna come back to peel for the healers maybe. Do some good damage on the Venom. The Agamotto ult gonna come out for WPI, but a huge block from the cap to keep Jeff up. Meanwhile, Jeff ult for the WPI comes through. I'm running out of breath here as we go down to 45 seconds. Knight and Warrior each must have ult. Big Man sitting on his ultimate as Despair's ult comes up quickly. Cap ult and Starlord ult each being popped here. Ultron and Jeff each falling. Despair finds one. Make that one for Knight as well. Make that one for Clover. All left is Venom, who falls to the Captain America. Big team fight there to get them the rest of the way to the first checkpoint. Skylar does end up pulling to Luna Snow way in the back there, but with checkpoint being capped, they get another 2 minutes on the board. 2.5 minutes, actually, I believe. Big Man and Despair still sitting on their ultimate. Skylar about to have their ultimate back up line. Unit is doing a good job at not dying, which is, you know, usually good. Skylar ult is online, very low. Not sure where Skylar's fighting out on Despair. Meanwhile, going to use ultimate. Skylar actually getting brought back from the revive. That rocket play might have been a big idea from Unite that'll pay off big. Meanwhile, just chasing this Luna down, ends up securing the kill. Skylar ult finds two. Venom on the point. They're trying to attack the backline. Skylar finds a third kill on the thing. Knight just keeping the support back. Skylar finding 4. Trying to do some big damage to this Psylocke, nearly falling, but Despair coming in big to keep the Knight alive. Does teleport back with that rocket team up. Clover and Big Man each sitting on their ultimates. Big Man's been good at holding on his ult for the right moments. Ooh, Skylar does fall, but I believe that rocket res is back online. I could be totally wrong. Looks like I was wrong. Meanwhile, one Jeff ult, one Psylocke ult, one Star-Lord ult, one Luna ult. Despair does fall to the Psylocke ult. Clover starting to get ran at by the thing. Does end up falling to the Venom, but Despair did get revived. The one support for UNH is still alive. That thing is super low. Knight in their own backline, low. Captain America does pop his ultimate, keep them on the point as we tick below 1 minute. Skylar's ult quickly ticking back up. Despair ultimate as well, about to come back online. Some big plays from this cap in the backline, just shoving them back away from the payload. 40 seconds ago, Knight takes some damage but stays alive. Skylar finds one cap with one of his own. Skylar with ultimate. Despair with his ultimate does pop it. Venom ult for PI does come online. Skylar still with ultimate ready to go. Big Man with ultimate. Clover finds one on the Venom. Skylar now going to pop his ultimate as he starts chasing this backline. Unable to find one as they play it smart and stay inside that Psylocke ult, making the dude less damage. Skylar does fall to the Jeff. Knight teleporting to the back, keeps himself alive. Big Man with ult ready to go. Ultron ult for WPI is going to come out as time ticks down, about to be in overtime. Big Man ult going to come out in that back line, chasing those supports down. Cap, meanwhile, just staying on point, refusing to give up. you know, most Cap players. Spare, meanwhile, does end up falling to Magneto. Does have ultimate back. Hopefully, by the time he gets on point, that revive going to be big to keep both supports on point. Knight taking some big damage, going to stay alive from Clover. Meanwhile, Clover ult coming out. Despair ult coming out. Knight also ulting, unable to find any so far, but doing some huge damage to this. Venom does end up getting one. Big damage from Despair with a quadra kill. Holy, Knight wrapping it up with a double. Skylar with the final kill on the Psylocke as they cap the second point, getting a minute and a half back on the clock. Tooth and nail, UNH is fighting to win this round. Cap, meanwhile, spreading out towards that backline, ult in his pocket, ready to go. Unsure what ult UNH is going to be up against here. Assuming they have to have a Magneto ult, probably that Luna ult. Meanwhile, on the point there, Knight and Skylar each taking some big damage as the Cap and Venom quickly just start swarming this Luna. The bubble for Magneto going to keep her alive as they come back to get some heals. Knight takes some big damage. Skylar as well. Cap all going to come out to keep everybody alive with a bonus health. Big man about to have his ultimate as the ult for WPI knocks out two. The res on the Despair coming through. One support staying alive for Unite. This Cap stays in that backline, constantly being a problem. Big man and Skylar each with ult ready. Skylar finding one on the Psylocke. Ult for the Ultron going to come through, but quickly going to get ran down by the Captain America, trying to do some big damage. Skylar ult, meanwhile, going to get countered by that Luna ult for WPI. Big man still with ult in his pocket, ready to pop it. Despair ult, meanwhile, taking up to 90%. Knight about to hit those online as well. Some big plays for UNH in this team fight as time is ticking down. Big man finds one. Meanwhile, Knight falls to the Ultron, but that Res is already back up and ready to go. Despair ult, meanwhile, going to catch a few of his own teammates as well as a few members of WPI. Like another. Oh. Magneto will come out as Knight and Despair each get a kill of their own. Overtime starting to tick down as Despair finds a kill in the Magneto. Meanwhile, Cap does fall to the Punisher. That shotgun doing some big damage in the close range. Meanwhile, Knight finding his ultimate. Clover sitting on his ult as Knight finds two. Finally falls to the Punisher. Oh, 23 meters left on the distance. Meanwhile, we are sitting in overtime. Rocket ult will come out for that damage boost. Big man finding one on the Punisher. One for Clover, one for Skylar. WPI falling apart on the payload, trying to stop UNH from capping. Ooh, good play from Clover to keep himself back and alive. Meanwhile, Cap finds one on the Luna, make that one for Big Man as well. One for Skylar. The rest of WPI falling as UNH caps. Going up 3-0 in this first round, going to have this defense coming up.
Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. You'll need a top-notch team to
Seems that substitution that UNH had made for Warrior to come on with that Cap was the right decision. Dive comp working well in their favor. Assuming WPI is going to make some changes here to maybe try to counter the dive nation.
before you attack. Get ready.
You're mine.
Did I ever tell you that I read, like, all of your comics when I was a kid, Cap?
It's nice to know that even in my absence, I helped inspire the next generation of heroes.
Yeah, they were my grandpa's. He thought you were the bee's knees.
Or the next several.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Could be
Enemy ahead.
potentially the last round here if UNH holds his defense. Otherwise, we might go into overtime. As they all kind of sit up on this rooftop, ready to dive. Oh, big damage on Skylar from that Punisher shotgun. Oh, Knight falling quickly. No res from the rocket. Res beacon might have been too far away. They weren't expecting that burst damage from that Punisher. They know from that last round that WPI's Punisher is very good. Some good poke from Skylar here. Ooh, look at that damage on the Jeff. Meanwhile, Cap does end up falling to that Punisher shotgun, but does the res from Rocket. Keeps him in this fight. With Despair ult coming up quickly, Knight falling once again to that Punisher, that shotgun, that burst damage is too much. Skyler, meanwhile, finding a kill on the Jeff. Big Man, Cap, and Skyler all working together to bully this Luna Snow. Big Man getting the final hit. They do Cap back that payload, stopping them from pushing any further. Cap finding one on Punisher. Despair with ult already. Clover about to have his ult as well. Skyler ult taking up. You see Mantis for WPI, so now they have to be a bit more mindful of the damage from that Punisher, that damage boost. Despair ult. Still online in case he needs to back up or push anybody back. Clover ult now. Skyler with the ult be about to come on. You could see some combos here as they all kind of wait around the point here, waiting for a good chance to dive as that ignore the graffiti on the ground. Meanwhile, two ults for UNH coming out. Both supports ult. Skyler's trying to push towards that backline. Jeff ult. Despair gonna catch a few of them. Case spitting them back out. Meanwhile, Big Man playing kill on the Strange. Captain America finds one. Despair with the kill of his own. Make that two for Cap. And they shut down that push. A little under 2 minutes to go here. They are a bit past halfway, but UNH is doing a good job of just kind of shutting down the push. 3 ultimates online. Knight about to be online as well. Strange portal will come out, but you see Skyler just refusing to let Jeff in the game. Meanwhile, with a perfect flank with the ultimate coming out, Luna Snow ult gonna keep him alive. Meanwhile, Skyler still in a good position to do some poke. Ulti for Jeff, not gonna catch Skyler. Actually catches no one. Meanwhile, Cap ult comes out. Agamotto for WPI comes out along with that Punisher ult. Despair falling to the Magneto. Skyler maybe looking for a flank here as Cap falls to Luna. Only Skyler and Knight really remaining. Big Man does fall to that Punisher shotgun. Skyler just trying to buy some extra time there, but they are going to end up capping that point. Barely under 1 minute now, up to 3.5 minutes. Knight does get their ultimate online. As UNH takes a moment, regroups after that push there. They definitely don't want this match going to overtime. That's just extra pressure they don't need. I'm going to win this one and just move on. Meanwhile, Cap trying to look for a good spot to dive in. Oh, Knight ult going to come out at the same time. Magneto ult, though, going to counter that. Doesn't end up finding one, though. Knight gets a kill on the Mantis, and Cap's just punching this Punisher. So Knight does get shut down by the Punisher. I'm telling you, that shotgun damage is just ridiculous. Meanwhile, Clover about to have ult. Cap does get frozen, shut down by that Luna. Like the only really way to counter a Cap is keep him still. Despair does have ult online. Clover's ult as well, about to come online. Big Man working up towards his ult. Skyler as well. You're going to see a good team fight coming through here. They start backing up a bit towards this choke point. Good damage from both sides here. Clover dropping below half health to keep himself up. Ooh, Despair getting the final kill on the Punisher there. Cap is pretty low in that back line, but Despair doing a good job to look over, keeping him alive. Clover ult gonna hit the ground. Skyler, Despair, and Big Man now all sitting on their ultimate as they force WPI back towards their spawn, getting the final blow on both that Strange and the Magneto, sorry. Time ticking down to about 1:45 here. Skyler taking some damage. Despair doing a good job of keeping him alive. Skyler with ulti as well. Could see him force that Luna Snow ult out once again. Despair doing some good poke damage from the back, keeping everybody alive as well. Cap being a good job, just being a nuisance as Skyler ult comes out now, finds one, make that 2, make that 3, make it 4, make it 5. Where's the Hex? Give it to him. Cap with the final blow there. Good little team fight from UNH, only needing one ultimate to shut down WPI's entire push. Still with 3 ultimates in their back pocket, so they can definitely stop another push though. Is Despair waiting for that punish for that Strange portal, and he finds 5. MVP play right there. Despair shuts down a second push before it can even start. sacrificing his own life, but the Rocket Raccoon revive makes it so that UNH pretty much lost nobody. Time ticking down to 30 seconds. It looks like UNH is in a strong place here. 3 ultimates make that almost 4. Clover quickly getting his back online. WPI has to be sitting on a lot of ultimates here, but will they have a chance to use them? Despair sticking back with Clover, keep people up. The cap does end up falling to the Magneto. The Mantis all coming out. Venomal as well for Big Man looking for one. Unable to find the finishing kill on that Mantis. Takes some heavy damage as he runs back. Unable to get back as Punisher all finds 3. Big Man, Despair, Clover all falling. Make that 4 as Skylar gets spotted behind the rock. It is overtime. They are a bit past halfway here with 3 ultimates in their pocket. Knight might have to make a play here to stop them from capping that 3rd point. Just won't be there in time. Never mind. Cap ult gonna come out on point to delay that cap. What a play. UNH might be. This might be the play for UNH. Agamotto gonna come out as 3 ults for UNH. Come out Magneto ult, Luna ult for DPI. Get popped. Knight does end up falling to the Magneto ult. Just shuts down Knight's ult. Meanwhile, Skylar about to have ult. Luna with no ult either. Despair about to have ult. Oh, Skylar ult does not manage to find anyone. Despair's ult eats a couple as Skylar does fall to that Punisher. Oh, unable to cap. Skylar gets back up from the Rocket revive. Despair unable to find a kill with their ultimate. Cap takes some heavy damage. Skylar finds one of the Mantis. Oh, that overtime clock is so low. Jeff ult for DPI comes out. Skylar does fall and falling to Strange. Despair falls to Luna. The Jeff ult, meanwhile, is holding on to Clover, who just gets spit out. They're still on this payload. That overtime timer could not be any closer to being over. If either side steps off the point for a moment here, it'll decide the fate of the rest of this game. Clover keeps Big Man up. Still sitting on that point is that Captain America, refusing to fall as the rest of UNH comes back from the spawn. They are still in this choke point. Doctor Strange in the backline trying to just shut down Despair and Clover. Meanwhile, that Magneto for WPI finds 3. Clover all going to come online. Knight also going to have the ultimate. Agamotto going to get knocked out. Does catch 1. Clover ends up falling to the Magneto. There is still a UNH member on the point, but Skylar does end up falling to the Jeff, and WPI will cap the point, giving them back a minute and a half. Oh, I sat on that overtime timer for so long. Clover and Knight, each with an ultimate. Skylar, every ultimate for UNH about to come on. They can delay this down to 30 seconds without using an ultimate. This game's over. Do see Big Man back on that Venom, diving in towards the back. But Knight with ultimate. Mantis all gonna come out as well. Big Man starting to target the Luna Snow as Knight's all isn't gonna find any of them due to that Mantis all keeping them all alive. Meanwhile, 5 ults coming out, make that 4. Clover gonna throw their ult down. That damage is gonna come out, helping a Skylar as the Jeff ult for WPI comes out. Does find no one, just gets shut down by Big Man. Skylar, meanwhile, gonna fall to that Punisher. And then it gets revived. Still 3 ultimates in their pocket. Despair gonna use his ultimate. Gonna pick up Punisher. Does not fall to that Magneto ult. What a play. Gonna run around and spit the Punisher down as Cap finds 2. Punisher does end up falling, unable to save himself as time ticks down to 15 seconds. They still have Captain America ult in case they need to delay any longer. They're keeping with Strange pushback to their spawn. That Magneto bubble unable to keep him up as Knight starts pushing into him. The Cap ult gonna come on the line. Knight, but that ultimate is Luna ult for WPI keeps them alive. Punisher ult as well as the overtime clock starts. Punisher trying to melt down Big Man, down the corner, keep himself alive. Knight ultimate about to come back online. Skylar as well, kicking up back towards that area. Big Man keeping himself alive with the shield. Knight gonna pop ultimate in the air as Big Man finds 1, make that 2. Both teams fighting tooth and nail on this point. Skylar finding him to Jeff, make them 1 for Cap as well. And the Luna, no support, going to be able to keep him alive as Cap finds 3. That should spell the end for this round. UNH is going to take 1 round back, going to 1-2.
Final score 2-3. Another epic victory! Big win!
Welcome back. UNH making their comeback, making it a 1-2 game. I like already what I'm seeing. Despair doesn't lock in Widow. I will be severely disappointed. I've yet to see it. I've heard all about it. WPI banning Cap right away. They're already sick of that. Warrior making sure to leave a lasting impression. Adam Warlock being the first ban for UNH. Going to be staving Human Torch as it did in that first round. Did see Despair playing a lot of Torch. WPI did counter with a Torch of their own. See if that's their game plan for this round. Going to see Emma Frost actually getting saved by WPI. Maybe they're a bit more wary about that dive comp. That Emma Frost ultimate is really good at shutting down dives. Viswoman going to be the next ban. Jeff ban from UNH. Going to see a Black Panther save. Maybe trying to get in WPI's head a little bit. They have been banning Black Panther every round. Ultron gonna be the last one to be saved. WPI has been playing Ultron a lot in their 2-1-3 comps. Magneto gonna be the last ban for WPI. A bit surprising. Maybe they don't want to see Big Man back on Magneto. He's been playing a lot of Venom. Banner once again gonna be UNH's last ban. They really don't like Hulk.
Pick your hero.
I don't blame them.
Or villain. I'm not judging.
Gonna see Warrior maybe hopping on Thing. I was told that's his secondary main. Big Man gonna be hopping on Strange as well. Did see a lot of that in that first round. Despair going to be hovering that Human Torch. I'm actually very disappointed that I'm not going to be see Widow. Gonna see Knight hopping back up on Ultron. Clover. They left the Cloak and Dagger back open for him. Gonna see that team up from Despair and Warrior here. Could see a Thing getting thrown in the background, in the back line.
30 seconds before you attack. Get
It's going to be another domination. Did see that in the first round. UNH nearly had that first round. Just one team fight that didn't go their way.
Superstar in the campus?
No, burning through life too fast.
We doing this, Johnny?
You better believe it, pal.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture
First
the
round in
mission.
this domination match going to be underway. Gonna be waiting for the Strange portal. If I had to guess, WPI might be doing the same. Going to see this early team fight. Does look like WPI did also Strange. All big damage from Blackout early. Ooh, a Hella for WPI. Maybe trying to snipe Despair out of the air. You see Emma Frost and Strange is there tanks as well. Bringing that Mantis back out for that damage boost as well. Or I just said that, but you know. First cap is going to go to WPI. They're going to have the advantage of playing defense first. Skylar going to fall to Hella for the first blood. Big Man will be the next one to fall to that Mantis is push for. UNH is falling down, or falling a bit. They're going to have to start pushing back towards their spawn. Don't want to get staggered too much. Despair does fall to Lunas now. UNH grouping back up towards their spawn. Warrior unable to get away from that Hella and Emma Frost. Going to stagger their push a little bit. WPI will take advantage of that, getting up to 30%. Stacking everybody on that point to make it go faster. No ultimate. Oh, oh! I just spotted Knight. Gonna bring out that Black Panther. That backline of WPI better be very careful. He's going to be fighting for this second or this height advantage here once again. They do benefit a lot from that, especially with Despair. Able to start flying in that back. Oh, that hella damage though, heavy. Being kept alive by that Luna Snowflake. Starting to dive this backline, doing some good damage to Mantis, forcing her away from her team into an awkward angle. Unable to get that finishing blow as the ult from Warrior finds one. Knight did end up going to Hella as Big Man finds one. Make that a second for Warrior as that Cloak and Dagger ultimate came online earlier for UNH to keep them that point. The Ultron ultimate for WPI finds no one. Skylar didn't end up getting that last hit. Despair with ultimate, Big Man with ultimate, Skylar with ultimate. Knight about to have ultimate as well. UNH only needed 2 ultimates to get the point back, but WPI did push it to 80%. UNH has to win at least 1 or 2 team fights to bring this back to even. They have the ultimates to do it though, about to have 4 online. You know, Knight's looking to dive that backline again, maybe avoid getting stunned by Hella. Emma Frost ult for WPI is going to come out. Gonna do some pretty good damage to Warrior. The Mantis ult is going to come out as Despair and Skylar each pop their ultimate. Big Man still with ultimate ready. Could see a big Eye of Agamotto. Knight with ultimate as well. Could see a dive in that backline. Eye of Agamotto for WPI. Going to pop out Big Man, forcing that Strange off of Warrior as Knight just fall in the back. Looks like Emma Frost caught him a little off guard. Sticking on the point, keeping it contested, doing some big damage to Strange, getting the knock up as well. Forcing them back off point as Agamotto comes out. The Luna Snow ult for WPI comes out as Despair gets the final blow on that Hella. Luna Snow keeping the rest of UNH back off the point, but the big thing all gonna get some knockout. Does get caught by the Emma Frost as Skylar gets to kill him. No Luna. Knight making the swap to Punisher finds one. Big Man getting a kill on the Emma Frost. Skylar getting a final hit on that Doctor Strange. They do let WPI take over for a little bit, but they take it back right away, refusing to let that tick any higher than 92%. They are going to have Strange Portal, I believe, as UNH brings it to 80%. You could see 2 or 3 more team fights as the Strange Portal comes online. Despair picking up Warrior and throwing him on the ground as the Cloak ult for UNH comes out. Agamotto for WPI comes out. The Ultron ult as well as Hella shuts down Despair. The Emma Frost takes some heavy damage from Warrior. Knight ends up falling to 1. Make that a sec. Wait, whoa. They cap. First round goes to UNH as WPI fumbles. Just not realizing they had to contest there. They didn't have anybody touching in time to force it overtime. Guess that's a good break for UNH. Then we're going into this second round with plenty of ultimates about to ready up.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Ben, man, am I glad to have you on our side.
Back at you, Ben Snake. Let's get busy.
When all this is over, I'm gonna drop the dopest album anytime my
Somebody's gonna yell at the players. Just this.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Second round of domination underway.
Capture the mission area. Got it?
Strange Portal for UNH gonna be the first thing they use.
long time to learn that our powers are related.
Somebody will yell at Despair. Strange Portal gonna be popped out. Despair gonna pick up a Warrior, bring him through it, ready to throw him down onto WPI. Keeps him towards the team. They don't want to get too aggressive early. Despair just shutting them off as he pops ultimate, throwing it back into that choke point, refusing to let the support out. But meanwhile, the Hella gets that final touch as Strange started sprinting up in the air towards Despair. Punisher ultimate coming out for UNH. Unable to find one as that Mantis uses the ultimate to shut him down. Ultimate for UNH are going to come out as Skylar trying to keep the rest of his team alive and on point. That Hella for WPI doing some big damage early. Meanwhile, the Emma Frost ult is going to come out. Hella ult as well going to be used here. WPI ensuring they get the first capture. Strange finds one on the Knight. How did Luna Snow gonna get that kill on the Clover, staggering the respawn a little bit. They're gonna have to play a little bit back. Come back and make the second capture. WPI sticking to that 2-1-3 comp as they've done most games so far. UNH getting up and together before they make this next push. Knight definitely looking to find that Ultron as Despair just carries Warrior in there, tossing him down on the ground. Luna and Clover up on the second floor here, doing some good healing, keeping their team up as Warrior doing some good damage, but takes some heavy damage. Mantis getting the final blow on him. Despair takes some hard damage from that Hela as UNH tries to push back on this point. They know that Ultron's far away in that back area, trying to keep them pinned as the Despair falls to the Hela and Knight falling to that Mantis. Skylar trying to balance keeping himself alive and trying to keep Big Man alive, unable to keep Big Man alive. Do see Despair swapping to Hela, getting a bit of a mirror match there. Clover and Big Man each with their ultimates ready to go. Warrior about to have his ult as well. Could see a big combo. WPI crawling up towards 70%. Nunes definitely just wants to get this round over and done with so he can push it to overtime match point. Don't want the added pressure of letting WPI potentially win the match, as that Agamotto ult for WPI does come out, but the Punisher has his turret up as the Clover pops the Cloak and Dagger ult. Luna ult for WPI going to be coming out. The Warrior going to throw his ultimate now, knocking them up. Skylar going to try his ult, unable to get there in time to save Big Man, who falls to Hela. UNH still unable to cap the point as Mantis ult for WPI comes out. That Ultron earlier coming out as Strange finds the kill onto Clover. Despair finds one with his ultimate. Knight does end up falling to Hela, make that two for her as she gets the kill on Despair. Warrior going to fall to Mantis, leaving it all up on the Skylar, who has to try to get there in time to hold on to overtime, but unable to do so. The Strange portal going to get blocked off. WPI is going to win the second round, bringing it to overtime of this domination. This is adding a lot of pressure on the back of this UNH team. They win this, they bring it to overtime match point. They lose it, WPI walks away with the match.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Are going to have Big Man's ult ready for this round. Going to see that Strange portal early once again if I had to guess. Actually, no, it should be on cooldown, so you might see them just having to walk the site. Going to see Despair on Punisher this time. Knight going to swap with Emma Frost. Running a 3-1-2 in response to WPI's 2-1-3.
4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
No team ups for UNH active.
Some call me arrogant.
Kind of disappointing.
Mostly they're jealous.
WPI is relying heavily on that damage boost to Tella as the Emma Frost ult comes out early. Just kind of keeping UNH away from the capture point and giving WPI the chance to cap it before they can even really contest. Meanwhile, it's Warriors just running circles. Maybe trying to scare them off a little bit, show up domination. Backline taking a bit of damage for UNH, but keeping themselves alive as Big Man pops his ultimate. Meanwhile, Clover getting the final kill onto the Strange as Big Man ends up falling to the Emma Frost. Warrior gets one on the Hela. Looking good here as UNH starts pushing back off site. Ooh, that Cloak and Dagger ult barely reaching Warrior in time to keep him alive. They do cap the point back, barely even letting WPI push to 30%. Two ultimates online for UNH, both Skylar and Warrior ready to go. Despair also about to have his ultimate online. Could see a knock up into Punisher ulti. Speaking of Punisher ulti, Despair pops his. Warrior is starting to run into that backline of Luna Snow for WPI pops her ult. Skylar gonna pop ult in response, keeping UNH alive and on point. Warrior still has the ult ready to go as they hold this choke point. And the map begins to shift, and that catches Hella in a bad spot. Despair getting the final blow as the Agamotto for WPI comes out. Big smoke screen for Despair, keeping Knight alive. Next ult for WPI gonna come online. Ooh, Emma Frost is both on each side popping ultimates. Big Man gets the final blow on their Doctor Strange. Warrior in the meantime does fall to the Hella as he's trying to get that backline using his knock up earlier. I missed it. Clover about to have ultimate so they can keep this delay going as WPI has almost their entire team on that point. Hella ult for WPI come out just as Clover gets their ultimate online, keeping everybody alive and allowing Despair to just stare down Hella's ultimate. Big Man with the final blow on the Ultron in that backline, knocking a support out of the air. 70% now as Unage refuses to back down. Big Man with his ultimate online. Skylar about to have ult back immediately again. Despair getting killed in that Luna Snow in the far in the backline. Big Man final blow on the Doctor Strange. Emma Frost unable to get away as Warrior gets the last hit. Respawns all sorts of staggered for WPI as UNH just starts running them down. Despair, Skylar, and Big Man each with an ultimate now. 92% on the board. They're going to need some sort of crazy play from WPI to keep this match alive. They're waiting for that strange portal. There it is. One flies through. Luna Snow ult for WPI. Punisher ult. Skylar ult. Big Man with one kill. Despair with another. Make that two for Despair. Make that three. Agamotto come out. Moon Knight ult. Finds one on the Clover, but make that two actually. Finds one on the Knight. But unable to change the course of this event. UNH is going to walk away, tying it back up 2-2. Moving on to the best of 5. This will be overtime match point. And we are back. Gonna be the last round of this game between UNH and WPI. It's been a trip so far. UNH went down 0-2 early and quickly brought it back to 2-2. They've been fighting tooth and nail. They want to go 2-1 so far this season. They want to push WPI to 0-3. I'm gonna start off the ban face here. I keep seeing Despair, Hover, Widow. My hopes are high, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna say a cap ban early. WPI does not want to see Warrior back on him. Adam Warlock in the first ban again. UNH is wary of that. Hating that early res they had that game one. Gonna save the thing. They know WPI might be targeting Warrior with these bans a little bit. He's been a force to be reckoned with ever since they substituted him into the game. Emma Frost gonna be the next save. WPI has been using Emma Frost quite often. The Emma Frost all great just for crowd control and keeping the team away from points. Even Torch gonna be the next ban. WPI does not like Despair having that option on the table. Been doing great work, especially with the ultimate. Jeff gonna be the next ban, despite Clover hovering. Jeff.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here for the last map.
Joined late by the great Rogue Slayer. Phoenix the next save here. Probably see Despair hop onto that. I did see him on that round 1 and 2, I believe. Sparks great for that combo damage.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? There was an echo and I was gonna go insane.
No, don't worry. Joined by late and great Rogue Slayer. I said Phoenix. I mean, the next save. Did have Despair on Phoenix that first game. Those sparks are great for combo damage.
Yeah, massive damage output from the Phoenix. I have heard tale from inside the stable here that we might be running triple tank.
That was the approach UNH took the last round. They did run a 3-1-2 comp.
The right heroes could make
Do see
I
an
mean,
Ultron fan.
from my short conversation with Despair, it sounded like he really wanted to run this triple tank comp because they're running triple support, so they don't have enough damage to kill anything.
Yeah, 3-1-2 is a good choice to run against the 2-1-3. Big Man of Night gonna hop back on tank. Emma Frost and Strange once again. You see Despair picking up Punisher. Did pick it up last round as WPI's been abusing that Punisher shotgun.
I mean, I just coming straight off of the JV match. The Punisher really sealed the deal on the last map here, so I'm excited to see how Despair runs it. It's
Yeah, he's been
actually
sorry, go ahead.
no. I was gonna say he ran it on this map, but he didn't. It was a 2099.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that the Punisher armored turret, great choice for defense. High health can't be affected by Spark. It's hard to do any sort of combo damage when Punisher is set up with that turret.
Yeah, you gotta literally break it out from under his feet so he drops.
I'm expecting. Oh wait, WPI breaks out the Hulk. UNH did not manage to ban it this time. Be the first time we see WPI using Hulk. It looks like no strange portal, but you do see that Namor combo coming out, that radiation squid. WPI looks like they're coming out with a 2-2-2 comp instead of their usual 2-1-3.
Maybe they're trying to counter this um, triple tank comp that UNH has pulled out.
Yeah, they've been wary of that dive comp ever since Warrior got substituted in. That Namor may be looking to shut down any late game dives.
And I mean, I don't know if it's working because these guys are so versatile that I don't think they can actually do anything about it.
Yeah, and you see Warrior here just whooping on
Yeah,
this Hulk, pushing him back down in the 3.
he's just throwing haymakers.
It's been working so far. Clove with an early shadow or cloak and dagger ult there to keep everybody up and allowing them to push WPI back towards their spawn here.
Yeah, and we have Naito on the Emma Frost here.
Yeah, you see Despair
Pushing him
taking
back.
up that pick. Keeping these respawns staggered. WPI, no progress on point so far, and UNH is showing up strong early.
Yeah, they're setting up a strong defense. Hopefully running down the clock, trying to waste as much time as possible.
Oh, we're going to see a big play from Warrior here. Has that thing ult ready, going up
Oh,
towards that second floor.
oh, we see the Punisher ult first, though.
Yeah, Despair starting off early with that ultimate. Doesn't seem like WPI has any support ults ready, but Despair gets shut down by their Punisher. Knight picks up one of the strangest. Two ults for WPI come out.
The Luna ult come out from the sky.
Yeah, big save
And
there. There's the ultimate from WPI's Punisher. Big man ready with his ult, but it looks like they're trying to give them some space on point here. Wait the ultimate out before pushing back in.
they're walking.
Yep, getting this
Here we
push
go,
back
here we go.
inside. You
Re-engage.
got Warrior sprinting back
Look,
in there. Knight
looking for
picks up
the
one.
Luna. Oh, they get her.
Big ult from WPI does kind of stun them a little bit. Despair falling to their invisible man. You mean? Oh,
But
meanwhile, Big man
Big Man with his own strange ult,
finds
and
one,
now
gives the Knight one.
that's a team fight win.
That's a huge win.
Oh, with a big stagger on the
Big,
Namor.
big play. You see a Moon Knight getting swapped too for WPI. His time ticks down to 1 minute. They only have 1/3 of the points so far.
This will be an interesting fight to see if this Moon Knight that they just swapped to can actually get to his ult and try and force them off the point to get them another tick.
Yeah, you probably see one or two more team fights here that'll decide this match. Good play from Knight here to push that Strange back, giving Warrior the chance to pick up the pick.
We're about 5% from a big Warrior ult here, and is he gonna swing from the top ropes? I wonder.
Skylar about to have ult online as well too. Plenty survivability as time is ticking down for WPI. Warrior picking up one on the Emma
Oh, he's
Frost.
going right after the Moon Knight. Oh,
Make
big
that
picks.
two.
Oh, he's just in there.
Yeah, look at this play. Warrior just pushing him back towards the spawn room. Skylar ult gonna come out
As,
here.
as Varsity would say, they are in there like butter on toast.
And they're doing it well. They're keeping him back. They're not giving him a chance here. They're not gonna have a chance for any sort of portal to delay. Oh, actually, I was wrong. I thought
Whoa.
Warrior was gonna shut it down. Despair finds
It's
one. That
okay,
Moon
but
Knight ult.
Despair is he's just gonna rain hell down from up top.
Yeah, huge damage
Big!
from Despair. What a play.
What a play! Holy! Oh my!
And that rat. Oh,
That'll wrap up
Despair.
this round.
Oh, first Despair had a 5K on Jeff. Now he pulls that off to secure the first round for UNH, not even giving WPI 2/3
Open
of the
your
first point.
eyes. Reality is but an
This looks good for UNH.
I'm so glad I tuned in for this.
What a time to tune in too. The 2-2 match point overtime.
I know. Just a real nail biter here.
Yeah, UNH, it didn't look good those first two rounds. And then they brought Warrior in on that substitution, and he's been working perfectly in the comps they've been running.
Yeah, he brings a certain like what's it like feng shui, some may say. He's got some kind of magic in him that brings a team alive.
Yeah, he puts a lot of pressure on the backline for WPI. Like Captain America in that one round was just lethal. And the swaps of the thing, the constant knockups and sprints. I was told he was a top 15 tank in Overwatch.
He was earlier this season. He was top 14 NA.
Y'all gotta tell him to stop putting phallic objects on screen.
No can do. They gotta entertain themselves somehow.
Potentially the last, or no, this is the last round.
Yeah, it
Getting
is.
way here. They do have to just barely eclipse 2/3 of the point to walk away with the win here. They have 4 minutes to do so. Sticking with the 3-1-2 comp, Despair has been lethal on DPS, racking up insane damage numbers. No early portal as we've seen from UNH here. Might be saving it in case the time ticks down too low.
Yeah, it looks like they're waiting to stabilize a little bit here. It looks like they took a little too much poke damage. Oh, looks like they're going in.
Yeah, they should be careful of that Moon Knight. Oh, the Clover with a quick Cloak and Dagger ult. How quick! He built it up faster than Moon Knight could build up
Oh,
his ult.
oh
One for Despair,
my!
one
They
for
are in.
Warrior, one
They're
for
in
Knight.
there. They are done. They have
Psylocke gonna stay on point for WPI. Gonna find one on Despair, gets shut down by Skylar. I think only Moon Knight was the only one left in the area. Shut down quick by Knight and UNH.
shut. Quick, done and dusted. All done.
UNH walks away with a huge comeback victory, going up 2-1 on the season. If anybody tuned out because they dropped 0-2 early, I feel sorry for the show you missed.
I couldn't agree more.
Insane.
This was an absolute banger, even though I only tuned in for the last map.
Some huge plays from Despair, huge plays from Skylar. Tank's doing a great job at just stoking up damage for that backline, but that will spell the end for tonight's stream.
This team cam, you can see all the team camaraderie, all of the hugs and the pumped up. They are so pumped up right now.
Yeah, big celebrations and well deserved too. But I want to thank everybody for joining us in this absolutely banger of a stream tonight. I'm sure JV had their own great time. But UNH walks away with the win. WPI will drop 0-3 on the season. That will spell the end for us tonight. Me and myself, Rogue Slayer, wishing a good night.
Good night, y'all.